Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. It's just so nice to talk to you all. I have made another compilation for your viewing enjoyment. This time I'm going over some of the greatest hits from some of my favorites where we do the best of Twitter. So we're going to look at some memes. We're going to look at some blasts from the past, some of the scandals we may have forgotten about. We're going to revisit those. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I do, and I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Thanks so much for being here and for watching. You know it means the whole wide world to me. Well, let's take a look at what these two are always up to. Here we go. You guys. The reaction to yesterday's video has been absolutely incredible. Thank you to everybody who took the time to write me. I appreciate you all so much. I really do. Oh, so much to talk about. People are going nuts over this stuff. I'm here for it. I'm here to talk about it. I also want to talk about this. What an incredible woman. Catherine, Princess of Wales, absolutely nailing it. I mean, from her beauty outside to her beauty within, this incredible speech she gave. I just love her so much. Oh, so talented. Incredible. Okay, I want to get into all this. I'm excited that you guys are here. I'm excited to talk to you about all of it. Let's take a look and see what's going on over on Twitter because people are going nuts, especially over those Meghan photos. Now, I do find it hilarious and perfect that Catherine is just having this incredible moment, just another incredible moment. And Meghan always likes to try to outshine when it's anybody else's anything. People are talking about Meghan, but probably not for the reason she wants. Immediately what jumps out at me, this was shared by Royal News at UK Royal Watch. What immediately jumps out at me is so many people are still reacting to the pictures we got. Now, I've not seen this picture on the left. I don't know what I'm looking at. Could be real, could be photoshopped. I don't know. Not looking great. So many people are still reacting to the photos. Whew. I did a video on it. You can check it out. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. Anyway, I'm not surprised that Meghan Markle didn't get to be the face of Dior. Ooh, it was expected they would opt for someone better looking. What surprises me is she doesn't realize she's too haggard to be the face of anything apart from Ozempic. We're going to slap a big fat allegedly on that because we don't know. We're not doctors, but this is cracking me up. Yeah, this is big on Twitter right now. A lot of people still reacting to these photos. Now, while we're talking about it, I didn't circle back. Thank you to everybody who watched my video. I threw out, is she trying to go for the Catherine of it all to be very thin? What are we doing here? What are your thoughts? And so many of you think that where Diana suffered with bulimia, they think that Meghan might be plotting to come up with a story such as that. So I'm very curious. I thank you all who took the time to write me your opinions of what the heck you think is going on because something's going on. This username always kills me. It's Madame Overseas Backfat. Too funny. Okay. Hashtag Meghan Markle Ozempic user allegedly in Hollywood failure. Face card has been permanently declined. So the reason I'm sharing this one with you is because I saw the stories going around too. Some people think that the photo on the left was photoshopped. I don't know. I tend to think it's real, just from some stuff I've seen. And I thought it was an interesting comparison they show on the right. Of course, in case you don't remember, this is from the milkshake of it all. And so there are some similarities there. So I don't know. That's what makes me think probably not photoshopped. Just my opinion. Okay, can I just say I love this person's username. It says, "Don't give Meghan the mic." Okay. Do you know whose fans aren't going to be happy when they get home from school today and see that we didn't Photoshop the pic from the seal event? Yep, she still looks the same. Sorry, sugars. Okay, so this is funny. Again, back to the pictures. This seemed to be all that Twitter's talking about. I got the same thing. I had people in the comments saying, how do you know it's not Photoshopped? I don't know. I can only go on the other photos, and as people are pointing out, yeah, I see the similarity. So maybe they're all Photoshopped. Who knows? But I tend to think that what you see is what you get. Okay, next I want to shout out Aussie Chick. Hi, you're always so lovely in the comments. Hi, if you're here. Thank you for sharing this. Okay, first, the cover. Then this Instagram post, although it was taken down, it may have well been a calculated move on her part. Nothing is working for her. She's a narcissist and therefore always the victim. She always wants sympathy. Diana's sympathy, hashtag Meghan Markle exposed. So that Meghan Markle exposed is trending on Twitter, which I find very funny. Aussie chick, this is such an interesting point she's making. So this In Touch magazine, I've covered it before. It's like cracking under pressure. What pressure are we talking about? Oh, goodness. Anyway, yeah, so I called it. Aussie chick called it. A lot of you guys in the comments called it. I believe it's for attention. And so people will say, oh my goodness. And then when the photo went nuts and people really started looking at it, it was like, oh no, let's take that back down. And I really like where Aussie chick's going with it. I think that's where she's going with it. But yeah, I find it so fascinating. Such an interesting point. Thank you, Aussie chick. And thank you to everybody in the comments. So many of you guys brought up the Diana of it all, thinking that, I kept thinking she's going for the Catherine comparison. Good luck with that. But yeah, I didn't even bring up the Diana of it all. I've talked about it previously. I didn't talk about it in yesterday's video, but that's such a good point you guys made. Thank you again for writing to me and let me know that you believe this is so a story similar to Diana's can come out, right? To quote Aussie chick, nothing else is working, right? So might as well continue to play the victim, I guess. I just don't think things are going to go well for them when this book comes out. I feel like it's all going to go hand in hand and we're going to watch them spiral even more. Just wait for it. All right, let's give Brittany some love. I love Brittany over at Royal News Network. Brittany shared this. It says, not a surprise, the Invictus Games is held up by corporate donors looking for a tax write-off. Woo! Like Brittany. The governments that send their veterans and cities foolish enough to think the games are a money-making enterprise. In truth, it's probably a money pit. Okay, so the reason this is interesting is because Invictus, yeah, it's got some news coming out about it right now. Daily Mail is reporting it as being thrown into chaos as 2 top chiefs are sacked as insiders warn staff morale is at an all-time low and claim the event is over budget despite a $30 million government grant. I need to see a breakdown of how the money is spent. I need to see how much goes to the grifters, how much is for the wardrobe and the travel and all the things. Way to call it out, Brittany at Royal News Network. I love it. Okay, another channel I love to shout out, Twin Talk, Sidley Twins. I think I call them Sidley Twins. My apologies. Believe it's Sidley. I hope I'm saying that right now. Okay. Sidley Twins talking about how scabies and the wife are disgusting. What's happening is, again, Scabies is trying to sell his book, so he's putting out these stories. This story just came out. I don't understand what they think, and by they, I mean the wife and Scabies and everybody involved. They think this is going to do to help sell the stupid book. It's doing nothing but making the idiots look awful. Again, check out the Sidley Twins. They're great. And I know we're here to talk about Harold and fraud, but I couldn't resist. I have been cracking up about this. Body language guy shared this. What in the fresh hell is this? I'm cracking up. What was this from Vogue? I think this is Bezos, or as Jay likes to call him, Lex Luthor. And I can't remember her name, the fiance. Yeah, I don't want to see that. I say it like that because I always get told I sound like Lisa Kudrow, Phoebe from Friends. Of course, she famously played Valerie Cherish in The Comeback, and she kept saying, I don't want to see that. That's how I feel about these pictures. All right, let's get back to Harold and Fraud. Hankins cake. Okay, can we talk about the amazing one, a.k.a. Catherine, Princess of Wales, looking so beautiful. I love this, shared by, I hope I'm saying it right, is it Kennel Citadel? Okay, it says, author Tim Fargo said it best. In life, quote, your friends will believe in your potential, but your enemies will make you live up to it. Fire! The shy girl from Berkshire who was harassed and bullied is now the future queen and is one of the most influential women in Britain. and in the world. Only climbing up while the world and her haters are staring and raging. Love it. Quiet confidence and integrity in a woman are powerful tools. Hashtag shaping us. Hashtag Princess of Wales. So beautifully said. Love the quote. Love this photo. Look how gorgeous she looks. What an amazing event for her. Amazing speech. I got to find a new word for amazing. Incredible speech. Job so well done. So I do want to take this time to call out Catherine, Princess of Wales. And we had this one shared by the British Prince. It says, this would so be me if I was sitting next to the Princess of Wales. Me too. Look at this. I love how that guy is smiling at her. And yeah, I would be the same way. I'd just be like, oh, how are you so good at everything and charming and wonderful and all the things? So yeah, I totally get it. And I love this meme so much. All right, Meghan's mole shared this saying, have you ever noticed in the photo everyone's face is etched with grief and sadness over the death of Her Majesty, the late Queen, except for Harry. Harry's angry he couldn't wear the exact same gear as William. He's angry William is being treated as a future king. Harry is a twat. I love that so much. So well said. Let's take a look closely at this photo. I just thought that was such an interesting catch. I don't know why this photo is circulating now. I don't know if it was... sigh. I think it had to do again with Scabies' book and news coming out about that. Who cares? Look at everybody's face. Again, as you know, the poster said, etched with grief. Not so much Harold of Harold and Fraud. I know his name's not Harold. I always get comments on that. I know. It's part of the joke. No, but look at Harry's face. What else is new? This is how we see him now. Angry, bitter. Pretty much the embodiment of the words he wrote in Spare. Okay, so this one was shared by, is it Jersey Dan, I think? It says, Scobie has started to promote his lame book. So again, more Scobie crap coming out. This is low even for them. Well, I say that. They always sink so low. This book, it's going to go real low. We can tell it. We just know it. Look who is involved in it. Anyway, it says, Scobie says heir to the throne William has prioritized his loyalty to the monarchy, even quietly cooperating with the UK press to undermine Harry. Okay. This is bullshit. And I don't mean that toward the poster. I mean that toward Scobie and everybody associated with this book. This is bullshit. William has done nothing but continue to prepare to be the future king, to serve the UK, the Commonwealth, the realms, all the things, right? And prioritize his family, all the things. He has remained silent when, I don't know about you guys, but I sure as shit would have spoken up by now. I know he's doing the right thing. I'm just saying, like, most of us would have been like, you know what, F off to Harry publicly, but he hasn't. William has done everything he's supposed to do, right? And he's been a rock star while doing it. This just sounds like more crap coming from Harold. What else is new? But just picking at William, knowing that William won't respond. It's the dog bowl necklace all over again. It's Spare all over again, and it's complete and total bullshit. Okay, so Karen Carter is calling out, that's an alliteration, calling out Meghan because, yeah, I've seen it too. That's why I've kind of been off Twitter. If you've messaged me on Twitter, do not take it personally if I don't message back. I'm just not on Twitter much anymore. Because it's like crawling in sugars. And anytime the Princess of Wales does something wonderful, like she has with this speech and all her hard work and all the things, right? Then the sugars come hard for her. It's so stupid. So I love when people call it out. They're calling out Meghan and saying, you know, you can't take over Twitter with your lies. You're trying to upstage Princess of Wales, but you aren't. The more you put out this BS PR, the worse it is for you, Meghan Markle exposed. So, again, what she's referring to, I believe, is all this stuff we're seeing with Omid coming out, all the BS stories about William coming out, like the one we just talked about, just all of it. And I agree, the more that the Prince and Princess of Wales do amazing things, the more Hank and Skank continue to flop and flounder and all the things and try to take down William and Catherine. And I say, good luck with that. Speaking of flopping and floundering, Madame Pinocchio shared this one. It says, oh my gosh, just when you think Harry and Meghan could not fall any lower, allegedly WME made arrangements with the Navy SEAL Foundation to have the Harkles' pathetic presence. They were only allowed to stand there and get pics taken. No speech, no microphone, no ribbon cutting. I love this. I hope this is the case. It cracks me up because then I think about, remember that photo that I showed you where she's in front of the speaker trying to do some sort of meet and greet? I find that even more pathetic if this is the case. If they were told no speeches, no this, she just made her own little forum right there, like, look at me, attention on me, while the speaker was actually speaking. I just don't understand why anybody continues to invite them anywhere, ever. I don't care how powerful WME is. I don't get it. I had to do it. I had to share this from Lean Meme Machine. So many of you guys said this in my comments too with the photos and said, of course, this reference to the picture of Dorian Gray. And yeah, way to go, Lean Meme Machine. I'm still laughing about this. I think that's pretty good. Although here, you guys, as you can imagine, Twitter is ablaze with funny memes and jokes laughing about the ridiculousness that is, the jam, I guess. Whatever Meghan's up to, they are having a blast with. So I can't wait to talk about it with you. So I thought we could take a look at some memes and some pictures and talk about a few things and have some laughs. I'm Jen. Honk, everyone. Thanks for being here. Okay. I've seen this going around and it's cracking me up. Salty Duchess, hashtag we love Catherine, posted this, hashtag scam jam. Scam jam is great. With the, the ridiculous over the top displays and the lemons and all that. But I really am enjoying scam jam. And it says tacky jam with the label hanging off, hashtag scam jam. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so... I'm still laughing about this one. HRH Princess Chelsea posted this one. I have a genius marketing plan, she said. Oh my goodness, and it's called Spread 'em, honey. Like the Duchess of Montecito. You guys are so clever. And here we have Princess I am, and it says new merch coming to groceries near you. Meghan in a jam and Meghan in a pickle. Then we have the always delightful Laird of the Manor who shared this. This is marketing genius. Don't let the consumer know what they're paying for. Mystery jam. It could be strawberry. It could be fig. It could be fermented Meghan sweat. Ew. Who knows? Strawberry jam makes me happy. That's what the original, the person that had shared this photo said. And Laird is pointing out the same thing I said, which is, where does it say strawberry? And how is this person clairvoyant? All right. Then the Murky Meg podcast shared this lovely little Meghan blind item from Crazy Day and Nights. That's that blind item site that I talk about. Let's take a look at the blind, then we'll come back to what Murky Meg is saying. Here's the blind item. It says you only got a gift basket from the illiterate one if you agreed in advance to promote it on your social media and promised not to give it or sell it to anyone else, which is one of the reasons why the jars are numbered. The other reason is to make it seem as if each batch is a limited edition, when in fact you can go to the supplier and they will do the same thing for every company. Okay, I want to add on to this, and we will go back to the original post, but we're going to look at Maggie's creation here that I love. Look at the stupid hat that Meghan wears. Anyway, I'm stuck on this. I can't quit thinking about it because it is the worst launch of anything I've ever seen. The sloppy, messy way in which the website / Instagram page was rolled out and still not actually out. The way that this is being shared over social media, the buzz she's trying to create over this jam. And again, it goes back to everything, always ties back to Meghan. Think about just what we know of Meghan. She thinks the most expensive thing is what looks the best on her when it's never the case. She always looks wrinkled and messy, right? But spends a ridiculous amount of money. But it seems to be that she's carrying this philosophy over to her jam making as well. I know they're going to be ridiculously expensive. She's trying to make it seem like this exclusive thing, but there's just no substance there. The product doesn't make any sense. How are you going to call it an orchard and then sell strawberry-based things? We'll get into all that. I had to get that off my chest. Like, this is just so crazy. Back to the Murky Meg post, a podcast post. It says, lovely little, that blind, controlled PR, which also suggests, as suspected, it wasn't made from her house or even in Montecito, but by a company that does this for other companies. How very, quote, select. Okay, and while we're talking Murky Meg podcast, I wanted to share this one as well. Excellent comment regarding the lame attempt at Meghan Markle's soft launch for ARO and the sad use of plain strawberry jam. Okay, listen to this. So this was shared by In the Middle of Cornfield, and I thought this was such a good point. Here we go. This is driving me crazy. There's literally a citrus orchard on the grounds. She sends out strawberry jam. Ding, ding, ding. That's what I said as well. It doesn't make any sense. She also called the thing orchard. Let's see. She could have done lemon curd with the lemons on site and egg yolks from their chickens, along with candied peel and limoncello, all from the same lemons. I've done those for decades as homemade Christmas gifts, and they are so simple to make, it isn't funny. She could have done orange marmalade or Asian pear jam. I don't know how to say, is it quince jam? JFC, how about fig preserves in a charcuterie basket? The company brand freaking name includes orchard, and she introduces it with strawberry blanking jam. She can't even do a product rollout correctly. I thought this was brilliant and so well said. I have no idea about making the lemon stuff that the lady was talking about, but I'm here for it. I don't care about Meghan succeeding, but I get what they're saying. I think that's such an interesting point, and she could have tied it back to her favorite thing, herself, and said, this came from our lemon trees. This came from, all this stuff. This came from our rescue chickens from Ellen, right? And oh my goodness, it's all so ridiculous, but such a good point, and just further points to the shit show that has been this launch. All right, a few jam memes, then we'll go on to something else. But look at this. Kylie shared this, and it's that strawberry jam makes me happy. Let's take a zoom in here and see. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. This just struck me as so funny. Sometimes I love just juvenile humor, as you can tell, and I'm here for this so much. Oh, some habits die hard, right? So there's that. I guess number 69 of 69. So I'm going to tell you that I'm dancing around something here. I'm building up to something. All right. You know how, please don't Google this stuff. They always tie back roast chicken to Meghan because of the whole, we were cooking a roast chicken when Harold proposed and I happened to get a picture and all that bullshit. Don't Google it. It's disgusting. Well, I got to thinking, since people allege everything they do has a double meaning, I looked up strawberry jam on Urban Dictionary. Yeah, don't do that. It's gross. But there's two definitions for it, and I'll totally spare you one of them because it is really gross. But the first top one was let's see. Pink and juicy lady parts. How about that? So then a part of me laughs and thinks, yeah, she's doing this on purpose. All right. Lean Meme Machine has two memes we got to look at as far as regarding the jam stuff. Speaking of disgusting, here you go, 50 jars of jam. Got some juicy fruits of some sort. Maybe lemons, maybe not. And a big old juicy strawberry. Oh, yeah, they've been Googling the same things I have. But yeah, well done, Lean Meme Machine. 50 jars of jam. Ew. And then I love this. So she she shared a very stylized picture, like I don't know, I think it was Nacho's wife that shared this one. I can't remember. I was like, oh my goodness, this jam. But Lean Mean Machine put their awesome spin on things, and well, you can read it for yourself. But there you go, written in jam on the toast. Oh, but believe it or not, jam is not the only thing they did to embarrass themselves this week. You guys know this. Let's talk Harry's gray suit. Who shared this? Meghan's awkward polo moment is the latest in the history of odd viral mishaps. For some reason, Meghan keeps getting caught in awkward public moments, sometimes overshadowing not sometimes, always overshadowing causes she acts like she wants to promote and giving her critics the ammunition to say she needs to be the center of attention. So I believe that's taken from an article there, or from maybe from, because this was shared by the Royal Rogue originally. So anyway, Harry's gray suit replies to that and says, because Mimi always has to be the center of attention. She took over Invictus Games and now she's taken over Cintabale. I think that's how you say that. Just look at how Mimi gives Boo the nudge. Nudge is a nice way of saying that. She elbowed the ginger puppet. Beady-eyed Beaker, she elbowed him out of the way to move so she could kiss that guy whenever there's an event. You can always count on this one to make a spectacle of herself. Video credit the Royal Rogue. You know, that's such a good point. I get so stuck on the Netflix ridiculousness of it all. Possibly Netflix. There's still speculation that that's not actually the I don't know. I saw cameras too, so we'll see what happens there. Wouldn't that be funny if it was just them filming themselves to act like they had a Netflix deal, kind of like she did with the Dior thing? I could go on and on about that. Walking around in a parking lot waiting for a call from Dior. But my point is, I honestly, it's like I forgot that it was meant to be anything other than the Harry and Meghan show. And I don't know that it was, but if this is actually a charity event, they if they were trying to promote that, they sure didn't do a good job. It's all about me, and the ginger puppet. This is so gross. All right. Elon Musk's barista shared this a la the Goop candle. On a shit show, Riviera Orchard candle. This smells like Harry's blank. Ew, gross, but hilarious. Oh God. I'm still getting comments. Don't worry, I have a sugar video coming soon. I'm still getting comments from those idiots, the sewer squad, saying, you're jealous because you want Harry. And I just shudder with disgust when I see things like that. Oh no, nobody does. They deserve each other. Enjoy the hell of your own making. All right, Lean Mean Machine once again with fake people. It says Meghan Markle, no, let's just call her Rachel. Rachel and Henry share a kiss after polo match in Florida. It's just Netflix footage. We can't stand each other. Exclusive by Backgrid and Netflix. Look at her hair, look at his nose. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Fake people. Sounds right. And shall we end on a lovely note? I think we should. Okay, Lee Hood shared this, and it says, I just absolutely love Princess Anne. Me too. I love her. The Princess Royal, even in her senior years, she remains sprightly as ever, keeping busy, doing her duties, and standing in for others. This is why she's our favorite royal. One of our favorite royals. We love you, Anne. Heart, hashtag Princess Anne, Princess Royal. I couldn't agree more. I love her as well. As you know, because I've told it 1,000 times and will continue to tell it, when I went for coronation, I got to see her. She was in her car. She waved, so I assume we are now best friends. I'm expecting an invite to tea any day now. Isn't she lovely? I love these photos so much. Looking so beautiful, and I love seeing things like that. It makes my heart so happy. You know what else makes my heart so happy? Each and every one of you. I appreciate you all so much. I can't tell you the joy your comments have brought me, how many laughs I've had this week because of you guys. So many funny responses to all the antics from those two and to my content. And I just want you to know That means so much. I see you all. I don't always have time to respond, but I do read the comments and I love them. And you guys are wonderful. I appreciate you all so much. I really do. Of course, if you want to further support the show, speaking of Princess Anne, we have Not Bloody Likely. Of course, Recollections May Vary merch. And also we have Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can get the bonus episodes, the extra deep dives, extra content, stuff like that. So definitely check that out if you're interested. I appreciate you all so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, week. I've already said that. I'm tired. Keep sending me the funny memes. I'm enjoying that so much. And, as those two do more dumb things, I'll talk about it. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. I am so glad you're here. We have so much to talk about. Oh, you guys, I'm still laughing about this. I just want to start this video off by shouting out Meghan Markle parody. It's at Queen of Memes 80. If you're not following this account on Twitter, well, you're doing it wrong. Follow this account. It's so funny. She was kind enough to let me use this as my thumbnail. Much appreciated, but I don't know. I'm still cracking up about this. I've condensed my failures into these jams. So this account pretends to be Meghan and just has a really fun sense of humor. This one says, just going to put these bittersweet spreads back on the shelf of hopes and dreams with this picture. I love it so much. Again, a huge thank you, Meghan Markle parody, for this. But guys, I'm Jen. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the things going on over on Twitter. From the state visit to talking about Princess Anne, and just so many things, so much to talk about. Hank and Skank are up to, what they're up to and what their followers are up to, all that stuff. Let's talk about all of it. Thanks so much for being here. Honk, honk, everyone. All right, kicking it off with well wishes and speedy recovery and all that for Princess Anne, the Princess Royal. Of course, we got word that she was injured and in hospital, but it sounds like she's going to be just fine. So that's great news. I'm sorry she has to go through this. The royal family does not need any more health stuff or health scares, but of course our thoughts are with the Princess Royal as she recovers. I love this picture of her so much. This was something I had shared. It said, I just saw the news about our beloved Princess Anne. It sounds like she will be fine. I just thought we could take a moment and recognize what an incredible person she is, so dedicated and resilient, truly inspiring. Wishing her a speedy recovery. And there's this one shared by Laird of the Manor. All my prayers to you, Princess Royal. Know that you're very much loved. And this beautiful photo I hadn't seen of Princess Anne. I love it so much. I had posted about this, of course, and talked about it a little bit on Patreon. And I had such well wishes coming in for the Princess Royal. And I had such cute remarks such as, she'll be just fine. She's so tough. I worry for the horse. And so that just kind of made me laugh. And I know she will be. So, but again, thoughts are with Princess Anne as she recovers. All right, let's talk the state visit. You guys, Japan is in the house. I love it when they have state visits. Of course, it makes me miss our Catherine, Princess of Wales, and again, hoping for continued recovery for her. But it's a state visit, and I love when that happens. I love seeing everything that's done and all the transformations. And look how beautiful Prince and Princess of Wales shared this, the handle, not the actual Prince and Princess of Wales. London looks magnificent in the sunshine for today's state visit. Oh, I love it so much. It makes my heart so happy to see images like this, and it makes me miss London. I'm dying to get back. All right, and then we have this one with this beautiful image. It's the state visit of the Emperor and Empress of Japan is now underway, following the official arrival ceremony on Horse Guards Parade, carriage parade down the mall, and arrival at Buckingham Palace. This evening, the King and Queen will host a state banquet in honor of their guests in the palace's ballroom. So this is being recorded on Tuesday. So by the time you hear this, we should have images, and I can't wait to see them. I love to see how everybody dresses up, and I don't know, all the ceremony involved. And what a wonderful reason to celebrate, and what a wonderful visit. We have this one shared by the British Prince too. Prince William was with Emperor Naruhito when the Prince of Wales made a royal visit to Japan in 2015. And Queen Elizabeth was with him during a royal visit to the UK in 2001. I love looking at pictures like this. I've often read of the close connection between Queen Elizabeth and Emperor Naruhito, and this is great. I love seeing these pictures so much. And we got a gem like this. Salty Duchess, hashtag I stand with Catherine, saying, and then I said, Harry, you've got the wrong number. With this image here, which cracked me up and of course reminded me of, Harry, you've got the wrong number. Too funny. Before we do pick up with the dastardly duo, because we do have stuff to talk about with those two, I want to also shout out the British Prince too, who posted this. Happy birthday, Michael Middleton. So he just had his birthday. Hope you had a lovely day with your family. Thank you for giving Prince William love and support over the last 20 years. I thought that was so beautifully said. Lovely picture of the Middletons. And again, happy birthday. Okay, I'm purposely hiding this one because the reveal is totally worth it. You ready? This was shared by Kai Lear at Memes by Kai, coming soon to Disney. Oh my goodness, brace yourself. I can't even record this. I keep trying. Okay, let me get it together, Jen. Irrelevant. Is that not so spot on? Irrelevant. Okay. Thank you at Memes by Kai for this. Irrelevant with Meghan's, I don't know what's happening here. Her face, her camera face, I don't know. On the little baby elephant. And then it said, sexually whispered by Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. I always say the same. She does her lines so breathy, almost like trying to be Marilyn or something, like adding on this faux sexuality. It's like, oh no, make it stop. Oh God, irrelevant will never not be funny to me. Irrelevant. This was shared by Queer Lips of Truth, and it says, breaking updates. Pleased to announce that this post is the most viewed, most liked photo of the year on Taylor Swift's Twitter account. As you can imagine, her social media is constantly blowing up. So for this to be number one really does say something. Who said Prince William isn't loved? We royal Swifties think otherwise. I don't think anybody said he wasn't loved, but I get what you're saying. The lemon rats like to pretend like that he needed Harold and Fraud, Hank and Skank to stay relevant. I don't think so. I think he's doing pretty good on his own. Him and Catherine both. But I love this so much. Yeah, I saw the same. It's continued to blow up in popularity, and that's great. And again, I love those kids so much. And then this was shared by Teresa Longo fans, and it says, remember when Taylor Swift said no to being on podcast? Oh, yes, I do. And in case you don't know what we're talking about, just a reminder that it was something along the lines of Meghan had asked her to be on and sent her a personal note, something along those lines, to be on, and Taylor was like, no. Taylor has had a long-standing friendship with Prince William. We saw the photos from 10 years ago when they were dancing around to and singing to Bon Jovi, and good for her. Even if you're not a Swiftie, you got to appreciate something like that, right? And moving on from that, this was sent to me by Lindy Lou Who, great name. And it says, find yourself a spouse that looks at you like Princess Catherine looks at Prince William. Run from the one who looks at you this way. Does anybody ever just stare at the pictures of Meghan while staring at Harry? I know she thinks it's meant to be gazing, but it's not. It is very much bunny boiling vibes, if you ask me. It's worth looking at, and it makes me shudder. One time I heard it was very much compared to the way that, oh God, what's it, 19 and counting, the Duggar family stares at like their men, and it's just so creepy. And Meghan she does the same thing. It's so weird. I couldn't resist posting this one shared by, well, that one. It says, Meghan Markle. It is unpolite to show the whole world Harry's size. Look at her hands. Look at the way she's looking at him and look at his smug smirk there. Pretty great. Okay, I wanted to talk about this post by Queer Lips of Truth, Sussex Squad, and others. I thought you said when something is toxic, cut it off and move on. So why are you all, much like Harry and Meghan, obsessed with the British royal family? The prince and his narcissistic, evil wife hold on to the titles and styles and everything about royalty with all the claws their insipid virtue signaling crow-like selves can muster. I love that. You lot are just a bunch of vapid souls used by Harry and Meghan to enrich themselves. Sad how you cannot even recognize that. I love what he's saying. I completely agree with what he's saying. They don't have the bandwidth to understand what he's saying. J.E. May, Duchess Marmalade, shared this. Buckingham Palace has a special printer set up to receive emails from the Montecito duo, and it's actually a GIF. It wouldn't play for me, but it spits out the paper and immediately falls into the shredder. Right, and then this was shared by Lean Meme Machine, hashtag 2024 Harvest. Okay, have you seen the rumors going around that this one is going to get into rosé? I'm like, she can't follow through with anything. I mean, she doesn't have any products. She launched whatever this is with nothing. It is the worst thing I've ever seen. And they don't even know what they're doing. Their fans can't even understand what they're doing because I covered in a separate video. I fell down a rabbit hole of reading the Lemon Rats saying, I wonder when she'll put out her products. Nobody knows. She's not doing anything except for just trying to be disruptive. I don't think she plans on putting out any products at this point. But regardless, now there's a new rumor. She's going to be peddling rosé because, she's a wine expert. Anyway, Lean Meme Machine shared this. It's 2024 Harvest Harry's Tears with that rictus grin, and I have to say it, teeth, those teeth. And funny enough, I don't think that was altered. This is that photo from the polo match with those teeth. My goodness gracious. Anyway, it's like veneers on veneers. But yeah, here you go. Here's her new rosé product. And I love that they put that, whatever that crazy ass spider logo that she came up with, the pretentious, nonsensical logo that she came up with there, right on the top of Harry's Tears. Right, then we have Lean Meme Machine once again with the North Pole Vogue. It's a wine coming soon from Monashit Show. I was just taking everything about this photo. Oh my gosh, that face. The hat, the cartoon hat, the pose. It has a specific flavor failure mixed with desperation and with a subtle hint of Elizabeth Arden. It's an aha moment. Meghan marketing. You have the bottle itself. It says, it's so hard to read. American Riviera Monte Show, I believe. And it says, Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, Frosé Todger. My goodness. As I wrap this up, I have a ray of sunshine to show you at the end here, but I wanted to say a huge thank you to every single one of you who took the time to write me. Congratulations on receiving a response from King Charles. You don't know how much your kind words have moved me and have meant the whole wide world to me. This group means the whole wide world to me. So thank you. Thank you for writing me. Those who wrote me on Twitter, thank you who wrote me here. Thank you who wrote me on Patreon. Everybody, thank you. My most sincere thank you for all of your kindness. I want you to know I read all of the messages and they mean so much to me. They truly do. And again, I've said it before. It's a group effort. I couldn't do this without you. This Goose Club that we've built here just means so much to me. Once again, Lean Meme Machine comes through. It just makes me laugh so hard. They have so many more I'm going to share in this video, but I had to start with this one and give them a shout out and a huge thank you for always being so kind to me. They make these things. They give me permission to use them in the thumbnail. So again, thank you, Lean Mean Machine. I'm still laughing about your amazing work. I actually see no difference here. So well done. Let's take a look at what is going on with Dumb and Dumberton on Twitter, shall we? All right. Out of the gate, we got Brittany with Royal News Network. Is it me or is Meghan wildly overdressed for curling? No, you're spot on. She is. Those gloves are totally over the top and clearly trying to mimic royals. But they don't even seem to fit, nor do they match the camel color of the coat. Harry looks appropriate and clearly merching for Eddie Bauer. So in case you haven't seen it, Harry, for whatever reason, keeps wearing Eddie Bauer. I don't know if it's a merching attempt or if they already had something lined up. Who knows? Who cares? I can't imagine that doofus is moving much merchandise for them. So, all right, let's take a closer look at the outfit. Is this not the same as the Kevin Costner mic grab outfit? Why would you want to call attention back to that event if you're Meghan? Because she thinks she does everything wonderfully, I guess. But it's not good. Brittany's right. Wrong, different shade of beige. I'm sorry. I'm not body shaming, but legitimately, let's just use me. If my legs, mine are not, but if mine were this thin, I would not be wearing pencil thin leggings or whatever these are to draw attention to that in ill-fitting boots. It just makes it stand out. I think she's proud of it. I don't know. Remember, she put on her CV, she was practically a supermodel, something like that. She sure thinks she is, doesn't she? Oh, makes the horse blanket thing even funnier, right? So much money to look so silly. I'd like to do a palate cleanser back to the see. It makes this even better. It's that horse's smile that's doing it for me. Since we're looking at Lean Meme Machine anyway, let's look at some of their beautiful memes that they made. Do you remember those 90s, I don't know, early 2000s motivational posters? Tanning, you're doing it wrong. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love it. Have you seen, the bronzer. What are we doing? What's happening? Somebody said it's like she's trying to be a teenager and into their mother's makeup. I don't know. It's so weird. J.E. May / Duchess Marmalade post 43% bronzer rather than Nigerian that she's clinging on to. I keep waiting for her to say she's 43% Canadian. I don't know. She seems to be latching back on to Canada again. So I'm waiting for that one to come out as well. Funny to me, the blasting white hands right next to the over-bronzed face. That makes it even better. It's like that bright white part we often see with her. And then we have this one. Oh, is this for my private jet back to Money Shit Show? Gee, thanks, my pretties. The witch's hat, the bag of money, the hands. Gotta love it. All right, then we have Meghan Markle parody. She writes from the point of view of Meghan and says, "We're still here, desperately trying to convince the world that we are the real deal, as if people haven't figured out our self-centered motives. Our actions are merely attempts to rebrand and mend our tarnished image. Charities we believe in conveniently happen to be the ones that can foot the bill and provide us with the best PR advantage." It's not going to help. The irony of "will not be broken," considering we've shattered everything else, is a laughable statement. This representative, me, truly excels in crafting hollow empowerment statements. Amen to that. I don't know what else to add. It's everything I've been saying as well. Well done, Meghan Markle parody. Let's get into Has No Balls and his ridiculous interview he gave. I don't even care. It was like ABC. Who cares? Somebody pointed out very astutely in the comments about where's Gayle King? Because, yeah. Wonder if she got Markle too. Varian writes, Prince Harry is very dramatically showing that he's quite willing to monetize anything, even his own father's illness. He's also confirming that he cares nothing about other people's privacy if he can make money by breaching it. Exactly what we've all said. He and his wife demand privacy but give none of it. No, he cannot be trusted. Okay, and then I thought this was so well pointed out, and I wish I could pronounce your name. I'm afraid I would butcher it. Take a look on the screen. It says, "So now we know why freaking Prince Harry, I demand my privacies, cameras terrify me, spent a few bitter minutes with King Charles. He had a big money tabloid TV interview lined up and needed material. What an absolute douche. I hadn't even thought about it from this point of view. Do you think that that's part of it? I mean, I wouldn't put anything past that idiot Harry, so probably. It kind of makes sense. I just thought that was such an interesting take on things. And once again, we have Brittany from Royal News Network saying, this answer is a disaster. When asked about the health crises with his family in the UK, Harry's answer, quote, I have my own family. What the fuck is his problem? So his father having cancer doesn't matter? This screams that Harry simply doesn't care, and it's all about him and Meghan. Well, and she says in their children. I don't even think it's about children. It's all about him and Meghan, which makes it more obvious what a publicity stunt his visit to London was to see his father. Again, I don't know who coached Harry before, but the man simply looks like he has absolutely no compassion for what his family's going through. Oh my gosh. It's also so cringy. The interviewer's awkward phrasing of the question, especially the bit, where you come from, you mean England? The UK? Did ABC have to be so careful that they couldn't even state the name of Harry's home country? Then we got this one from the Royal Rogue that says, he's pointing out that the interviewer asked, how was your visit for you emotionally? Harry's answer, the fact that I was able to get on a plane to see, I can't do his voice. The fact that I was able to get on a plane to see him, spend some time with him, I'm grateful for that. He gives all the emphasis on his gesture of getting on a plane and see the king. Typical narc. Yeah, I have to agree. It has been all about him and what he did. It's the same thing with Coronation as well. Do you remember? He made it all about his travels and himself. Acted like a petulant ass. I love to bring that up because he did. He acted like an asshole. He couldn't even sit there without making faces, and then made it all about himself and then jetted back out of there. Not that anybody wanted him anyway, but you get the point. Always made it about himself. You know, it's easy because I think sometimes Meghan is more overtly the narcissist, but damn, I think the Royal Rogue has this one right as well. All right, and then we have this one from All Things Royal, and it says, Harry reveals Archie and Lilibet have incredible sense of humor. Isn't that the least personal, to me, it screams you don't know somebody, right? It's like, how was your date with so-and-so? They're all right. They had a good sense of humor. You know, like good personality. It's just something not personal that you would say about somebody else. So it just seems like, do you know your kids at all? Do you? All right, we have the Times and the Sunday Times with that one is willing to return to a temporary royal role in support of his father during his illness, sources have said. Yeah, right. Piers Morgan says, oh, fuck off. I can hear it being said in his voice, and I think that's the perfect answer. We have Mystified, friend of the channel. Hi, Mystified, says, why wouldn't they bring the alleged children with them to see all the history in the games? The newly named Sussex children laughing crying emoji, because even a moron knows Harry's legal name is Mountbatten Windsor. Maybe he's taken his name off of them on purpose, and Meghan's name is not Sussex either. Love this point that Mystified made. You ready? The best part is that Lily won't ever be a Windsor. So Her Majesty, the late Queen's name is hers alone and safe. Hashtag Meghan Markle is a moron. If nothing else, that is such a great point, and that is a silver lining out of all this idiocracy that they are working on or they're doing. All right, according to Taz, shared this one. Now take a look at the image. I've seen this picture floating around, the cameraman, Harry and Meghan. I'm actually surprised Meghan's not staring down the camera. It's her favorite thing to do. But according to Taz, it says pretty much sums up this whole farce. Dripping an extra 10,000 pounds of new clothes. No coverage of the veterans. The Invictus Foundation has made its bed, and they will continue to lose support. As who wants to tune in to another Meghan Markle show? Sorry, Meghan Sussex show. All right, then I want to give a shout out to Aussie Chick. Hi, if you're here. Says, you already are broken, you fool. You're a shadow of a man pushed aside by your rude, ill-mannered wife. While you shake hands, she lopped off your gonads and stomped your soul. This is just empty lip service. So well said. So good. In regards to that stupid statement he put out about the backlash they are rightly so getting from the website and how ridiculous they are, I thought this was such a funny point. So well said. All right. This one was shared by Duchess Chunga Changa, and it says, are there no Invictus athletes at Whistler? I'd much prefer to see their achievements in Invictus Games. So yeah, I was saying the same, a lot of us are. What is with featuring these two over and over? It's like they've dumped all this money in them, thinking that they can help promote this thing, and it's spectacularly backfiring. Where are the servicemen and women, the athletes, to do this stuff? Why do we need to see Dickhead whizzing 61 miles per hour around a bobsled track? I don't. I actually I showed this picture to Jay, and he and I were laughing. He said, oh, Meghan got him to do that. And I say, why do you say that? And he said, because she wants to take him out of the picture. So that way she can play grieving whatever, I thought that was a pretty good point. All right, and let's wrap it up on a fun one, shall we? This one was shared by Kyleer, and it says, my wife prefers ma'am, servant, with Meghan understatedly dressed, right? I'm actually surprised this isn't beige, but understatedly dressed for their faux romantic dinner. The one where they snuck out the back door but happened to have paparazzi there? Yeah, that one. Well, I love going through this stuff. So let's jump in and take a look at what's trending, because last I looked, it was like Prince Harry is a traitor and Walmart Wallace keep trending, and I find that hilarious. So let's dive right on in. Take a look at this first one I just found. So the first one is Prince Ginger of Todgerland, and it says, oh dear, Twitter is 100 with some fire. Meghan Markle is a grifter. Meghan Markle exposed. You guys, look at this picture. Formerly Prince Charles walking her down the aisle, and she sees him as nothing but an ATM machine. Pretty great. I love that illustration so much. All right, at D Cherry is posted, heads up, girlfriend is not going to allow the spotlight to stay where it belongs. What stunt will she pull? And then they posted this, coming May 6th, my stupid wife / Tig Royal blog returns. Now all you fellow royal-hating sugars can buy all my royal-themed Duchess stuff. Meghan, stupid wife. I love it. I love it so much. Whoever did this illustration, it's hilarious. Genius. Okay, this one is Evans E. tweeted, this is the tweet. Everyone cannot be wrong about Meghan Markle. It's simply impossible. # Meghan Markle exposed. Wait till you see this tweet. So let me get this clear. Meghan's family is toxic. And then in parentheses, every one of them except her mother. Her in-laws are toxic. Literally everyone. Her husband's friends are toxic. The British people are toxic. British media are toxic. Anyone that criticizes them are toxic. But she is the second coming of Mother Teresa. Make it make sense, please. I love this so much. It so clearly posts or shows all that is, not all, some that is wrong with Harry and Meghan. That's exactly the stance they seem to take. Everybody around them can be toxic and cut out, but everything they do is perfect. And if you don't fully agree, you're one of the ist words they like to throw around. All right. And then Jordan posted this. He writes really funny things. He wrote, at Elon Musk is saving the planet by blasting this into space. With Meghan's head in that stupid spinner hat I always make fun of, photoshopped onto, I believe this was Sam Smith that wore this outfit. Oh my God, so good. Blast this into space. And then Mint Lemon posted this, Saint Meghan only works 1 hour a week, so keep those prayers brief. Saint Meghan, patron saint of liars and con artists. At Trev_Forrester posted, there is a God after all. # Harry and Meghan are finished. I'm going to show you the picture right now. It's an article from the Telegraph saying, after his appearance at Coronation, there will be no need for Prince Harry to return to the UK. I'm saying yay for the UK, but that means we're stuck with him. Damn it. I'm moving to the UK. Mystified posted, they're struggling because their, quote, brand is dead, and it's their own fault. They're desperate to keep their royal association because they burn through all their money. Hashtag Meghan and Harry are finished. And it's an article from the New York Post from Deepak Chopra. Harry and Meghan are struggling right now. And at Meghan's Mole, who is hilarious, she's a friend of the show. Sometimes she's here in the comments. She's great. She posted Harry when he met Meghan versus married to Meghan. Take note, men, marrying the wrong woman can ruin you, whereas the right woman can elevate you. Choose wisely. And then posted these pictures. Sorry, side by side. Oh my God, they're so good. You guys, look at this. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yep. When he seemed to be happy and now his miserable whatever he's on self. Okay, then Defenstrate posted Meghan Markle and Harry. She's smirking in her element of satisfaction and happiness because she's made everyone around her sad and angry. Harry is red-faced toddler and boiling mad because the Queen has put him in his place. And then you have this picture right here, which they perfectly summed up. He really does look like a boiling mad toddler. And she just has on her smirk as per usual, and everybody around them looks completely disgusted. I love this username. It's HRH Queen Salty Duchess Regina tweets. Hashtag wah, he's on a short leash. Imagine having your missus dictate what you can and can't do. The soy boy needs a backbone. Hashtag Prince Harry is a traitor. You guys, you've been warned. This picture is frightening. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That picture. He really is. He's like an old man toddler. Oh God. And this picture scares me. It haunts my soul. All right. And then Duchess of Leeds posts Walmart Wallace has run out of bronzer. Hashtag Meghan Markle. Hashtag Megxit. Let's take a look at the picture. It's that towel one. It's one of my favorites. I've shown you this one a million times because it really makes me laugh. Yeah, she didn't have bronzer on in this picture. And interesting that her skin isn't orange. Weird, huh? And then we have Mint Lemon tweets hashtag Meghan Markle ghosts all of these family and friends, yet she's the victim? Nope. She's just a big brat and a liar. She'll ghost hashtag Prince Harry too. Just wait. And let's take a look at the picture. And there it is. I don't believe this is everybody either, but these are some of the ones that they're showing. Family, friends, exes, parents, like former best friends, people she's ghosted. And actually, they've both ghosted, right? Yet we're to believe that these people are the toxic ones, not the two that can't get along with anybody and, ghost all the people, right? And finally, we have Lean Mean Machine. And they tweeted out hashtag Meghan Markle, hashtag out. And they have this one right here, which is Suits 2.0. When your character is written out, but you don't know it yet. Oh, that hit me the right way. I love it. Peace out. Take the redhead with ya. I'll say a huge thank you to people who have sent me memes like this. Thank you, Skate Betty. I am obsessed with calling Harry Beaker. It's all I see when I look at him. Although I have had some of you say, hey, we love Beaker. I love Beaker too. So it is hard to make that comparison. But come on. He is Beaker. And so this is brilliant. Thank you so much for sending me this. And then as a reply to this one, I got sent this. Dr. Strega, I don't know how to say your name, but thank you so much for sending me this. I love it. It's perfect. It perfectly looks like Harry. All right, let's take a look at some memes, shall we? Okay, so first up, we have Princess Naomi Sky 15, who tweets, never forget that Harry and Meghan couldn't make it work with the royal family, Sunshine Sachs, Netflix, Spotify, and Disney. Even A-list celebs in Hollywood want nothing to do with them. The problem has always been Harry and Meghan with this picture right here. I would say that's the tip of the iceberg. I'd say her family, his family, friends, his old friends, right? Like the Skippy and Skip, people like that he'd been friends with forever, people that she used along the way. Yeah, they can't seem to make it work with anybody, right? All right, I'm a big fan of According to Taz, and she posts, everyone Harry is going for is someone who's upset Meghan. That alone tells you who's behind, quote, the man Harry has become. Her personal wind-up and attack puppet. That's a great name for him, too. I still like Chelsea's ex. Chelsea's ex and Chelsea's ex's wife. That's what I'll call them from right now. So I put out a video yesterday afternoon and I touch on the weird bike of it all. So go watch that if you haven't already, because it's just interesting coincidence that around the same time they had somebody trespassing near their land, that somebody else just happens to be dropping off a bike. Anyway, here's the letter that was sent back. I want you to see it, and then I just want you to have it in your head as we read this tweet. So Evans E. points out, okay, it's on cheap A4 paper, no royal emblem or stationery, the office of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Number 4 is repeat, almost convolutive level of repeat of titles. And 5, then lastly, it says the office of Prince Harry and Meghan. And then Harry and Meghan are sick. I mean, it is funny. You have to laugh at this point, right? I mean, they go on the We Want Privacy tour and call the whole family race. We've been through all of it. You know, all the crap they've spewed about the family. They seem to want, well, they pretend to want nothing to do with them except for when it's time to sell things. And yet, they have things like this. It's like, at first glance, you might think it's official stationery, but then you really look at it, it's like, yeah, no, that's not quite, that's not quite it, right? And the repeating of titles is pretty hilarious. So then we have this tweet from Lulu LA, who says, how any commentator can have compassion for Harry and Meghan in their battle to silence free speech is beyond me. Everyone should be asking, what is the underlying agenda and what is it that they're trying to, and then it cuts off. Okay, so this is something that has come up. So I found a tweet to help clarify a little bit. So the Caribbean Prince tweets out, I would just like to highlight that Prince Harry is the true globalist. He wants to control the British press, and he's currently working with the Aspen Institute to censor Americans. Meghan and Harry are abusing their titles in America to censor their critics, and the UK will be next. So this is something that's come up, and I honestly have not jumped into this one, but I am curious your thoughts. I've heard about this Aspen Institute, and that it goes along with him calling the, freedom of speech is bonkers, that sort of thing, and trying to limit who can say what. And I find that fascinating because if this stuff passed, wouldn't they be the first ones that would have to shut up, right? But I don't think that's what it is. It's more about they want to censor people who are opponents of them. And I'm going to say good luck with that, because that's not how this works. Try all you want, join any institute you want, but it's not going to work out so well for you. But then again, nothing you do ever works out so well for you. So there's that. All right. Then we got Prince and Princess of Wales tweeting, absolutely. We have known this from the beginning. She cosplays his mother, and knows how to trigger his reaction. So they're retweeting an article that says Prince Harry's paranoias are being used by Meghan Markle. So same, I found this person also responding to the article, Prince Harry's paranoias are being used by Meghan Markle for total control. There should be a law against playing on the insecurities and emotional trauma of others. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much stating the obvious. What would make you think she's cosplaying as his mother, right? Even the stories of that she allegedly wore Diana's perfume on their first date. Ew. They're just, oh my God. There's so much. To me, obviously the most recent incident, I know it's hard to think about which one because they always have incidents, but the one in the near catastrophic car chase where she's smirking from ear to ear and he's like having some sort of paranoid delusion stuff. You could see she's eating it up and he's freaking out. That seems to be how their relationship works. All right. Then we got ESB tweeting out Sky News, and it says a very miserable forecast about Harry and Meghan. And the article says no matter how the trial goes, we're doomed to hear more about Harry and Meghan. Yeah, I don't think that's news. That's not new news. I agree. I think that even that story we got, like 2 weeks ago saying, oh, they're done talking about the royal family. We knew that wasn't true, right? That's them putting that out to get themselves in the paper some more. So, especially with Charles's stuff coming up, Trooping the Color stuff, I'm sure we will hear something out of Chelsea's ex and Chelsea's ex's wife. All right. I thought this was interesting. I mean, you know how internet rumors go, so you have to take it with a grain of salt, but it sounds like it could be a thing. I don't know. Allegedly, so CCT tweets out, dumb Prince Harry trashed his room at Soho House after he made a fool out of himself during his stupid lawsuit. I guess no family or friends will allow him to stay with them while visiting England. So again, it's all alleged. I mean, I'll talk about it because it's here, but I had heard that he had stayed at Frogmore, and that was probably his last time at Frogmore, but who knows? It would be funny. I mean, not for the people who work there, but just funny knowing everything we know about Soho House that he gets mad and thinks he's a rock star, so he trashes it. All right, and then here's the original tweet that was linked with what they're talking about, and it says, word has it that Harold racked up a sizable bill at Soho House. It wasn't just the liquor and food. There was some impressive damage to the room he stayed in. I guess Harold had that temper tantrum right after his court case didn't go well. Okay, I saved this one to the end because I actually don't like talking about this. I get a lot of comments about this stuff that there's animal cruelty stuff involved when you look into Harry's background, and there's a picture here that's purposely cut off. So I'm just leaving this here. If you are wanting to do any research or look into this person, this CCT1, has tweeted out this photo, and if you continue to pan down, it's pretty horrific. You can see things that you don't want to see, of where he allegedly had hurt horse. And I've heard the story too about hurting a horse so bad that it is like a pregnant horse, something like. I don't even want to talk about it. I love animals, so it actually hurts my heart to go into stuff like that. So I'm just telling you, if even a fraction of any of this is true, then he's even more disgusting than I thought. So I'll leave it there. I don't want to leave on a down note. Let me see if I can find something silly to end it on, because I don't want to end on this one. But it really is disgusting. And it's like every time I think these two can't get worse, I learn more things about how they treat people and animals. And nope, that's the lowest of the low. All right, so we'll end off on this one on a funny note here. So we have Lean Meme Machine. I talk about them all the time. They're hilarious on Twitter. They make all these memes. And this one was just posted. It's the court jester, Harry Markle, playing the same old victim song. The judge is not impressed. So pretty great. And look at the tiny Meghan over in the corner there.